Bonjour! Today I'm going to be doing a review of The Program by Suzanne Young. So this book is about a suicide epidemic around teens. And the way they try to abolish this is through this thing called the program, which is basically a rehab that erases your memories. The only problem is that the teens that come out of this program are completely different people. I rated this 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. It was so depressing, like especially part 1. Part 1 was really hard to get to. This was such a heavy read. Part 1, I was crying so hard. I was crying nonstop.
Man, that man is nonstop.
Sorry, Hamilton is life. Anyways, I was crying so hard during the first part, and part 2 definitely got a lot better. It was still sad, but it wasn't as sad as part 1 at all. Definitely part 2, when my opinion wasn't so clouded by like depression that this book made me feel. I definitely started really loving it around part 2. And I also got to meet Suzanne Young. I made a video about that. I'll link that down below. So that's all I can really say without spoiling this book. If you have not read this book, do not continue. Beware, spoilers will be ahead. Bye, non-spoiler people. Goodbye. Oh my gosh, when James was taken, I was literally like screaming like, no, don't take James. How dare you take James? And then I was like, oh my god, I hope Sloane is going with him because they have to be together. I hope they end up together. Oh my god. And I was just like freaking out. Like this book made me feel so many things, and it gave me so many physical reactions to so many things. Like there were a lot of times when I was crying throughout most of this book, but there were a lot of times where I literally like out loud started screaming. I cheered. Like this book just like so many physical reactions to it. Then when Sloane actually did get put in the program, she was put in like a different clinic from James. I was just like, seriously? And then when she got put in the program, when she started going through the doctor and going through therapy, I started figuring out how they actually like erase memories. And I was spot on. I was really surprised because usually I cannot guess things like that. Like I'm so bad at guessing things like that. But after like I think 2 sessions, I was like, oh yeah, I bet they totally erase the memories with the pills after she tells them the stories. And I was like, yeah, I can figure out something for once. But it's probably because it was pretty obvious. So I had really mixed feelings about Realm. I think that's how you say his name. Reem? I don't know. I'm just call him Realm, okay? Like, at first, I really liked him. I actually liked him better than James in the beginning. Whoops. Because the thing about James is that he really cared about her and he took care of her, but he was so intensely depressed that I couldn't deal with him sometimes. Like, he was way too intense. But Realm, he took care of her, but he was really happy and stuff. So I really liked him in the beginning. But then when he started talking to that doctor and he was like, yeah, I totally got through to Sloane. Like, don't worry about it. I was like, wait, what? What? No, you did not just freaking betray her. And I was just like so confused. Like I didn't know how I felt about him anymore. He explained to her like why he did that and everything. And he was like, oh no, I actually really care about you and stuff. Like it was just a job before, but not anymore. And I just didn't know what to think about him when he said that. I kind of believed him because he did really act like he actually liked her. Like, but then when he forced her to take the pill and have her forget everything, I stopped trusting him and I was really like uncertain about him. I also really love that even though she forgot everything that happened, she still was like uneasy about Realm. Like she didn't know why, but she just felt like uneasy about him because she couldn't remember. I really liked that. One thing that really bothered me though is that she kept kissing Realm even though she felt really guilty about kissing him. Like subconsciously she still really loved James and kissing him was like cheating on him to her. But she still kept kissing him and that just really pissed me off. Like stop leading him on, stop stringing him along. Like you don't like him, you're not going to be with him because she's still in love with James, or when she doesn't remember James, she knows she has feelings for somebody, but yet she goes and kisses Realm. Like I think they kiss like 4 times. Like it's ridiculous. She doesn't even like him and she feels so guilty when she kisses him too. Like why would you, if you feel guilty about kissing someone, why would you keep kissing them? What a logic is that? Also, one of my favorite parts of the book is that one part where she's talking to the doctor and like they're trying to get her to talk about all her memories so they can give her the pill. pill and all the memories she discussed are erased. So like when the doctor's like, so tell me about James, so why do you love him? And she just like yells at her, oh, I really love James because he's like super hot, like why else would I love him? I literally just burst out laughing. Like, yes, that's the only reason why she loved James, because he's really hot. It was so funny. I really love how there was like little moments where it was really funny. Like this book was really dark and heavy, but there were little moments like that one that were really funny and light. So I really enjoyed that. And then when the doctor was like, well, James didn't really love you. No, James loved her. Excuse me? No, you are lying. I literally like screamed like, this is not right at all. I also really loved how when she came back from the program, she actually reconnected with Lacey, and her parents were like, oh, you're friends with Lacey? Oh, okay, cool. And I thought it was kind of interesting how Lacey had regressed to her previous dating guys who are older than her that are jerks phase. Like, remember how she mentioned in the beginning how like Lacey had this phase where she dated older guys and this one guy beat her up and she was like, that's it, I'm done. But she like regresses to that part of her life. So I thought that was interesting. I always really wondered about how the program really changed people in this book. What I noticed is that it changed people superficially and a little bit emotionally, but fundamentally who they are was not changed. And I thought it was really interesting how Sloane forgot about all of her friends, yet she reconnected with them without even knowing who they were. Like, she reconnected with James, she reconnected with Lacey, and she didn't even remember them. Like, I feel like they're like soulmates or something, and like their souls like recognize each other, and that's why they reconnected despite not having any memories. When her and James were like together, I kept wanting to keep screaming at them, like, remember each other, oh my god, because they kept trying to piece together like why they were together, because she found the picture in her under her mattress, and she was like, wait, what? James was part of my life? What is this? Why is he part of my life? What? And they're trying to piece that together, and then they started to like fall for each other again. And I just thought that was so cute. That shows how much they really love each other. Like, this, even though they forgot all about each other and everything, they still fell for each other all over again. That was so adorable. I loved it. I just kept wanting to scream at them, remember each other already, even though they couldn't remember each other. Their memories were wiped and it was permanent. But you know, I also really liked the parallels between their first kiss. Like, overall the situation was very different. They were in different parts of their lives, but most things were very similar about their first kiss, which I really loved. Like, he gave her the ring, they were at the lake, and he asked her, can I kiss you? Like, a lot of things are really similar, which I really loved. I also really loved how they started getting close. It was also really similar to how they originally started getting close. Like, he was like really mean to her, and like he was like a jerk, and he was like, leave me alone, I don't like you, go away. And he was like that too. Like, he ignored her and he was like a jerk, and everybody was like, oh my god, stay away from James, like he is trouble. Also, the ending and epilogue was crazy. Like, what? I cannot wait for book 2. Like, I need it now. And what the heck was the epilogue that really like threw me off? I'm like, what is happening? What? This is like the beginning when she first joined the program. Like, it was like exactly the same. Like, everything was so similar. And I was just like, oh my god, is this like foreshadowing because of the second book? And then I like freaked out and went to read what the second book is about. And the second book is like the way this book ended, not the epilogue, like the actual ending. How they're gonna go search for like other suicide people that are fighting against the program, not about her going to the program again. What is happening? Oh my god, I cannot wait to read book 2. There's so many books in this series, actually. I can't wait. I as I mentioned before, I met Suzanne Young, and she was talking about writing this series, and she said how there's a prequel to this series called The Remedy, and she said that writing that was one of the most difficult books she ever had to write because of how emotional it was, and because it was kind of a hard story to write. Also, if you're wondering what my shirt says, it says make pasta not war, and like Italy from Hitalia's on it. Yes, Italy's my bae. Okay, I'm not a super Hitalia fan like I used to be, but I still really love Hitalia, and Italy is my favorite character. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Comment below what you thought about the program. Let's continue discussion down below in the comment section.